Hello, hello, hello out there. I think we already got a couple people in the chat that were hanging out waiting. What is up, everybody? What is up? What is up?
What's up?
We are going to kind of give it a few minutes before we really get rolling so that anybody that does want to come in and join us and had us kind of on their calendar can hop in, but we won't wait too long. Yeah, guys, welcome back. I know last week we were not here because I think about 80% of us right here were all traveling, and we got to have a cool little IRL meetup in New York for the A16Z event, which we could also talk a little bit about. Um, yeah, how's everyone doing today? Very, very exciting week for if you like AI video whatsoever.
Yes,
I think
it's
exciting might be
accelerating.
an understatement. Yeah.
Yeah, it's accelerating. Like now, it used to be 3 months between cool model releases. Then it suddenly was like 1 month. Now it's like I don't know, like what didn't one just also drop 2.5? They went straight from 2.2 Animate to 2.5 within like 48 hours or something.
I feel like
It's hard to keep up. So
we just
that's why we're
added
doing this. We want to
we
keep
j-
up.
we just added 2.2 to the site, and then it was 2.5 already.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
you got Kling jumping numbers. Didn't they jump from like 2.1 to 2.5 or something? Like what's like
Yeah, I think wasn't it Claude and Tropic that started this, where they kind of like they went from Claude 3.5 to 3.7. It's like, what?
it's like okay.
So I
I
think they were the first to do this, at least in this space.
I for one am very I'm very stoked to see how competitive the AI video space is getting because it's forcing everyone to kind of leapfrog one another and to be very competitive with their pricing if they want to maintain any portion of the market share and the mind share. And that is only good for us, right? As like the people who just enjoy using this stuff. Like we only benefit from it.
For
Yeah,
sure.
like the use cases coming out are only getting better. I mean, I feel like I say this every week, but the models coming out, they're getting cheaper, they're getting better, they're getting faster. Like we're going to talk about a few different models today that we went viral with on X. Other people are going viral with on X and Instagram. It's just never been a better time to be a creator using AI tools.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
it's
worst it'll ever be.
okay, let me just make sure we are boom 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 live on X on our Glyph account. Looks like we are. And yeah, I think we can start moving and grooving. So, guys, welcome to Glyph TV episode 5. My name is J Boogs Creative. And per usual, I'm joined by Enigmatic E, our fearless leader, Fabian, and Angry Penguin, aka AP, as well as William. All together, we make up the Glyph social media and marketing team, and just kind of the in-house general enjoyers of quite literally everything that we do. And it's very much a privilege to be able to kind of sit in this stuff and just live in it all day and all week, and especially in this timeline that we are in right now. So for Fabian, let's start with you. So for you, which one of the releases right now is kind of like the thing that has you the most excited with the possibilities it brings?
I'd say one Animate, like for this week, is the one that I thought is the most interesting. because there were like quite a bunch of these sort of solutions, but they were all like proprietary or closed, or even like super closed, where you can't even use it via API. And they just basically changed the whole game by providing us with an open source version of it, right? So that's really interesting, especially because folks are just going to sort of start building cool stuff around that and sort of little utility tools to make it even better. And who knows, maybe we get like LoRa's and things like that. So it's really exciting to have an open source model that can do what that thing does. Definitely the most exciting release for me.
So, on that note, if we kind of just want to start with one 2.2, because we had a couple very successful tweets on our X account that went like what do we call viral on X? Is 100,000 viral on X? Is that
Respectably viral.
respectable? Okay, so let's start with E right here, because E posted this yesterday on our Hey Glyph account, and this has over 100,000 views. So, E, maybe you can talk a little bit about this, why you chose these examples, and why do you think people responded so well to this?
So yeah, this actually got that amount of views, like you said, but then it got shared by Drama Alert when I woke up to to Miguel AP telling me like, hey, check this out, and that I think I don't know how much that got. That when I checked this morning, it was like 300,000.
Yeah, it's
So
a few 100,000. Yeah,
Oh my
so
pretty
God.
respectable. Yeah.
yeah, so overall, I think in the whole package probably got, I don't know, 500,000 or more, but yeah. So interestingly enough, I was just trying to do some very basic examples of, especially of like the physics that it generates, and I wanted to show off the hair physics, like because I had seen when I was testing this, I had seen like what it can do, and I was like, oh, okay, it kind of follows them. If you move your head, the hair kind of follows the movement. So I was like, okay, let me just do this example of the hair, and then show an example of like loose clothing, like right here when I'm like jumping up and down like a boxer. Like I wanted to show off the loose, like how the clothing kind of bounces too, um, and I think that overall, sexy. I get here just in time for you to be a woman. By cosmic after, but I think that's probably one of the reasons it went kind of that attention that I got was because this whole turning men into a women thing is kind of a thing right now because of the whole
Mhm.
like we're cooked, we're gonna people are gonna get catfish now. It's gonna be so easy for people to fall for this now, and it's that's like I think that's just kind of like a thing right now that people are gravitating to,
I have a question, Eric. Did
yeah.
you did you like explicitly put a prompt the hair movement, or is that just sort of did that just happen
No,
basically?
that just happens. It just knows. Okay, you're moving your head. That there's going to be hair, which to me
Very
is
cool.
crazy. Like it's kind of crazy that it does
Yeah,
that.
it looks super real.
Yeah,
I really like the boxer example. Um, like the something about the boxer example feels really captivating.
But that's
Can
because
you?
Eric's actually doing the moves correctly. Like Eric, are you actually a boxer? Because it does certainly look like that. It looks very profesh.
yeah, yeah. I guess so.
Are
I
you
know how to.
actually a
I know how to
cyborg?
fake. I know how to fake. Prepare for a fight, but once I'm in the fight, I'll probably look really bad.
Can you walk us a little bit through how you're making that reference image? Like, there's so many editing models these days. Which one did you find worked the best? Which one are you choosing? Like aspect ratio? Kind of curious into all that stuff.
So there's like two methods you can go. You can go the route of like, oh, I want to keep the background, or like right here, I want to keep my appearance intact, but I want to add something like robotic arms or like make my like something, add like accessories or something like that. And that you can use Nano Banana with that, which is great, or Dance, and just add those things. Just kind of say, oh, I want to add this thing and keep everything intact. Then you run that through one Animate, and then it will add the physics to it. Like if I were wearing like a big golden chain, and if I were to like jump up and down, that chain will likely, I haven't tested it, but I'm pretty sure the chain will kind of bounce up and down too. And then you can also do a complete transformation like the boxing one, where it's a totally different person, totally different background. And you can even see like some subtle movements in the background too. And it just adds those little things, those little details. So yeah, you can, and for that kind of reference, it doesn't have to look like you. It doesn't have to be like in a certain position. You can literally just generate or find something online and then use that as your reference image, and it just, just applies it to your movements. It's kind of crazy.
You know what I want to try, you saying this right now, though, is you remember how, like, I think 2 streams ago, you were making somebody fighting, or yourself fighting a Godzilla? Like, what if you know what I'm saying? Like, you do, like, the shadow boxing, but then in that image, the reference image, it's like you punching Godzilla, and then, like, if it'll, like, actually start fighting Godzilla. There's so many use cases we can dive into with this thing. I'm just, like, buzzing.
The idea that I just had, which I think is, like, really cool if you do like hybrid stuff, even for like tutorial videos or anything, or like movies, is you take like a sort of like regular object, like a random, like this is a camera sort of utility, and then you kind of like just replace that with something, I don't know, alien egg, and the rest intact. And what you do is you just like throw this thing up, or like do something funny with it, or something that would be extremely funny or outrageous if it was actually an alien egg, and then try that. So I'm definitely going to try that. I think that's really interesting too, because then you get to sort of like cut it into a regular video of yourself talking, and you just have this like completely surreal interstitial that probably like you could cut it in a way where no one, like, where you don't notice that there's like AI in there. It just looks like special effects then.
Yeah.
Eric, did you run any tests where you noticed that when you kept your face intact, like, like right there with the cyborg, I do notice that with one Animate, like I'm looking at your face here, and I noticed in a bunch of tests that I ran that when there was still like a resemblance of my real self in it, that one actually did change my face just enough that I knew that it wasn't fully me. Yeah. But it does phenomenal with these full transformations. However, if you do want to like keep some type of element of yourself, it's going to do that thing that the models usually do, where it's like it's alternate universe you.
Yeah. Like the more handsome version of myself appears.
Because like, yeah, check out your face up here and then your face in the reference, and you can see that there's like it, the mouth, the eyebrow that's still there, like there are like noticeable differences. So I think that's a good thing just to like keep in mind, that if you are just trying to change one element that isn't necessarily yourself, like Fabian with the alien egg, that unless you're doing some like clever masking, that might be an issue to work around, but definitely something to test.
Yeah, for sure.
The problem is exacerbated on this example because you have the reference image being a nano banana variation on E's original photo, so it just makes him look even more AI-ified.
Yeah, we have in the audience, it smooths the skin and loses detail. Yeah, to your point, you get nano bananified.
Yeah.
Or you have to like, I don't know, then you have to do like go full Blair Witch Project and kind of like apply a camcorder filter in post or something. So everything's kind of like, there's still some, even then there's some cool use cases for film making.
We have another question in the audience right here. If he made a character with an alien antenna or long hair like Goku, would it still add the physics like the hair to it?
Oh, interesting.
Doesn't know alien physics, interstellar physics.
Well, it did add like physics to the hair, right? That like in that image that you did, because
because the hair was not technically part of my head, but I wonder if anything like sticking out, like upward, like an antenna, like that person said.
I mean,
Like,
do you still have that photo, that the same like
maybe I can try it.
the
I don't
video,
know.
just like the same one that you used for the girl, because you shook your head in that
Yeah.
one. If you want to just like nano banana yourself into Goku, or give yourself some Goku hair,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then while we're talking about other things, we can have that running in the background.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
We are
let's
Swami, we're gonna get that answer for you right now.
we are here for all the crazy tests, because what we also don't want to do is, as much as we want to show off all the great things that all these models do, we absolutely don't want to have you guys or anyone who uses any of these tools be under the assumption that everything is always perfect, because that's, it's not true with these things. And most of the fun with this process and how you actually discover all the incredible things that these tools can do is through this process of iterating and finding out like what they can't do. And through the process of moving through what they can't do, you figure out the things that they do extremely well. And that's how all the really cool stuff gets made.
Yeah, totally. Like you'll see a lot of different, you'll see a lot of different advertisements or tweets or TikToks, whatever, saying that this is how you always get like the perfect result. But most of the time, for like Tyler's thing, it's like cherry picked. And the reality of it is you have to run multiple of it. You have to test it. That's where really the fun is in this thing. But when you get something that's good, as you can see, like from some of the results we had, like you get an absolute banger that can get like hundreds of thousands of views, and next thing you know, you'll randomly see it being tweeted on by like some random thing. Yeah, Eric and Tyler sure make it look easy for sure. Cosmic, yeah.
Well,
Is
we're in a
the video replay stuttering right now for everyone else, or is it just paused, Tyler?
it's paused, and
It's
I
paused.
and I brought the volume down as soon as it started playing.
Okay.
So here,
Yeah,
while
but,
Eric, while
no
Eric-
cherry picking, no cherry picking on the Glyph stream. Like
While-
you get the raw experimentation.
while Eric is working on his Goku hair there, prior to him posting that one, I posted this one, which also did fairly well on X. And I come from the Warp Fusion world, where like my entire introduction to AI videos were just trying to make like cool AI dance videos like everyone else was doing, especially because I came from filming dance. And so after I ran the test on myself, I wanted to test it on the dance video, and I'll show you guys that now. And I'm actually really happy with kind of the results it gave. I did use 11 Labs to change my voice here, just to add like that little extra layer of something to this.
We're not.
Oh, I think
hearing the
audio
sound,
is not playing.
Oh no. Okay, well, you guys gotta go watch it on X then if you sorry. But no, come back. Come back.
The audio is pretty good though. You did some voice to voice with 11 Labs for this, right?
Yeah, let me actually, if I just open it up in Safari, it'll go. So let me just do that.
And also, by the way, whether you're tuning in from YouTube, X, whatever, you can find us on X everywhere, really, at Hey Glif.
Okay, tell me if you guys can hear this now.
Nope.
No?
Didn't we have audio streaming in one of our last streams? We definitely did.
Yeah, give me. I think this is a me issue. So my bad. I think my loop back thing is not
No, no worries.
cooperating right now.
We can,
Yeah, again,
we can
if you wanna watch
imagine the
the-
audio, and then folks can check it out because we do check it out. The audio that Tyler did here is incredible, but the video is pretty cool too.
Yeah, so I was really happy with how the cat's mouth followed my movements. And even more so, like this was a relatively easy dance video because it was really high quality and the girl was in focus the whole time, but it had the camera tracking on the head. And so I was curious how that would perform, and I was really happy with how it like translated these images into the movement. especially the
Especially,
difference between like a real person and a 3D character.
yeah, I find that 3D character is really incredible. Especially like it also like it almost tries to emulate some of the eye kind of movements, which is so funny, but it works. It's really great.
Yeah, this is like everything we wished for back in the Warp Fusion days. Yeah, I'm sorry about the audio.
Did you do any sort of like specific extra prompting, or like my understanding with one Animate is like it's mostly about the quality of the driving video, the quality of your reference image, and then the prompting doesn't matter that much. Is that correct?
So all of that, all those videos were just ran inside of our one 2.2 workflow on Glif, which is simply just upload your driving video and upload your reference image, and then that's just what you get. So quite literally no extra prompts. So this was straight out of the workflow.
Amazing. Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, and I had a few other tests like this one. It didn't. This character is a little too frightening for me to do anything with. I didn't really want to use that one.
That's hilarious.
This is me standing in my yard talking to the camera.
Can you zoom in on these a bit?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
This
cool.
is very cool. It's like, you know what makes it so cool is that obviously you can get like similarish outputs from image to video models or even text to video models, but the level of control that you have over this by just like actually doing the motion yourself is just something else.
Yeah.
And also it would be very hard to just like prompt exactly that, if not impossible.
It's crazy to think that to get any even like resemblance of this before required like a full motion capture suit and a setup, and it's just crazy. This was literally from a video that I just took on my cell phone in less than 5 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
whole
it's
trend
like
we're going on.
it's Hollywood quality, essentially.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
it's
do
like
wanna-
we're getting. Yeah.
I do want to show you guys this one though, because this one was me just trying to change myself on the first frame using Nano Banana. So like here you can see I started off close talking to the camera and I edited myself with Nano Banana, but it quite literally turned me into a that is 100% not me. I was not wearing shorts that look like that. I do not own shorts that look like that. I do not have cankles like that. Nor was my shirt that tight.
That is so nasty.
I saw this and I
heck?
was like, oh my God, it did me so dirty.
I had that the other day with a sort of Quen image style transfer. So I was taking a picture of like my daughters and myself. I was sitting on the couch, and it kind of like turned me into this like chubby anime Ghibli dad. And I was like, what? I don't look like that.
Like, like it's just like it dwarfifies you.
those shorts are great though. They're amazing.
I want to know what is trained into the model that one, it gave me those shorts and those shoes.
He gave you the Hawaii tourist attire.
Yeah, basically.
You know, like don't doubt the world physics, the physics model. It's just physics, world model.
But so what I noticed with a lot of these as I was doing this is that it did kind of do this thing where it made all the characters look just a little bit wider and thicker than they were in the reference images if you actually like moved back to like the full body thing, which I thought was actually interesting.
So it makes you fatter.
It makes you fatter, yes. In the nice way to put it. If you move your if you are using your likeness, it's probably going to do that to you and want Animate.
Like they don't want you to use it for, illicit purposes.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Eric, you got anything?
Still loading. It's
Still loading? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, how long in your experimentation so far, like what inference times are we looking at? For me, they've been kind of like all over. It depends a bit on the length of the driving video, I suppose. But also, I guess like the APIs are just sort of ramping up.
Yeah, I don't remember it being this long the last time I used it. For some reason, it's taking way longer.
Yeah, I
Cyber Wizard Production says the camera always puts 10 pounds on you. And the AI camera puts 20 pounds on you and puts you to dwarven shorts.
do Fabian, would you like to stream this video from Eric so that we can actually hear the audio?
Yeah, I could try. Can you send it in the chat?
I'll send you the direct link to that one. Boom. And then if you want to screen share that way we can hear the audio on this, because this video I saw this morning on your X account, Eric, that you added, and I thought this was phenomenal.
So, oh yeah, if I share an individual tab, I get to share the audio as well. So let me do that.
All right, let me put your screen on right now. Boom, boom.
Good morning. Hi, my name is. What? My name is. My name is. Slim Shady. 1, 2, bring it to the folks. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre.
So good, man. Even just like the idea is good.
Super clever. Yeah. And so, Eric, for this one, you used like a hack that currently only works in Comfy, right? Like it's like some set of nodes that, as far as I understand, they kind of like do the mouth and face tracking enhancement.
Yeah.
Because that's like something that one Animate out of the box wouldn't do, which again like goes to show the power of like doing an open source model, because then folks can go in and sort of make these improvements.
Right. Yeah. So it's using a workflow and a wrapper by a person that goes by Kijai, and essentially, yeah, it's using Animate, one Animate, along with other tools that do the face tracking and just help refine those mouth movements, and yeah, it just kind of fills in that gap where Animate can't really do that part.
I have to say though, like incredible performance by you as well, because like it looks like you did you do that in like one take?
Yeah, so it's all one take.
Wow.
I practiced it a few times though.
Yes, I bet, because that's very hard to do in one take.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I bet you had to do several takes. This is really cool.
Yeah. I had to do
So I'm guessing you cut the music together beforehand and then you just played it and rapped along with it as you were recording.
Yeah. So I thought of, okay, what song? I had to think of songs that I actually knew. So I didn't like, because I would have picked like something more crazy and ambitious, but I'm like, oh, but I don't want to have to learn a bunch of lyrics. So I just did like, the classic thing that I know. So I was just like, okay, let me pick these classics. And then
And so clever to use the clap for turning the face away. Really smart. It's so good.
Yeah. The idea is like, oh, I just woke up and I'm like seeing this weird thing on the mirror, and then I'm like trying to wake myself up, kind of thing. Like, but then I'm also
that was my favorite moment, the very first clip when like you see yourself in the mirror for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that yes, that's the sort of it's a cherry on top. And then you kind of like go, and then it comes the slap.
Mhm.
And right after the slap, you do Eminem. Yeah, really
Yeah.
good. Let's listen to it one more time with the sound up.
Good morning. Hi, my name is. What? My name is. My name is. Slim Sadie. 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg and Dr. Dre is at the.
Those
And
are
then
Pretty
the,
incredible.
that last guy. He's like the really famous Mexican singer. I think he's pretty well known even with people that don't listen to that music, but there might be some people that don't know.
And I do want to bring it back to this because I think it's like it's a reoccurring trend in the stuff that you do, because this is one of your first. What was this? Was this like one of your first AI videos that ever went viral?
Yeah, this one, I think it almost hit 1 million on my Instagram. Yeah, this was one of my first viral ones that I did. This is with the help of my wife. She's the one acting this out. Oh no, but this is not the exact one. I think it was a different one that I did. It was like a different. Yeah, these are like 'cause I did variations of it, but that's not the exact one that went viral. That's okay. That one's the one that went viral for sure. This is
Eric,
very
Chad has a question for you. Was the driving video cut out from your reflection, or you used another camera for the clean plate?
no. This is the crazy thing. I didn't have to do that because it detected. It also detected like my body and just kind of just replaced my body like without having to rotoscope or do any of that, which is crazy. Like that's possible now. Before I would normally the way I would do this I would rotoscope uh, my body or yeah or get a clean plate and then like mask it, but that wasn't necessary for this, which is insane. So like in the bottom right there, like it actually just knew just to cut it there. Like under the mirror, like the bottom of the mirror, it just like I didn't have to like mask that part at all. It's just insane.
Now that I'm
Really
looking
cool.
at it, I see the little
Really
bit.
cool.
I see the little bit of your arm and like that bottom part of the mirror right there.
Yeah. You can see that. Yeah, in the bottom. Yeah, it doesn't
But
fully get it.
But this is like, yeah, dude, this is crazy. This would have been After Effects Central, but I do like how the mirror is like a reoccurring theme that you come back to,
Yeah, for sure.
because it's like it's such a it the idea is like relatively, it feels like it's relatively easy to execute, but it has such a big payoff.
Yeah, it to me it works well for the whole vid to vid thing because it's just like the other side can be anything. It can be something surreal. It can be something like a variation of you or something like that. It just a lot of things that you can play with that concept.
It's also so cool because it like, it lets you do the hybrid thing very well. This kind of like it's not all AI generated. There's like parts of the video that are real and then other parts are not real, and you kind of get to play with it in a really interesting way. Yeah, super well executed.
Awesome. Well, the other big thing this week was, of course, Kling 2.5, which let me get to our little test from yesterday here, which I'm sure everybody loved, which shows exactly the difference between 2.1 and 2.5 and how much better it, one, not only got at prompt following, but two, just at like overall physics, because this is the exact same prompt. This was one run, not like running it over and over and over. And I I literally asked for the little octopus to come out of the pupil, wave at the camera, and 2.5 just absolutely nailed it.
Yeah, it's insane. Can you read out the prompt?
Yeah. So the prompt here was
Maybe zoom
extreme.
in.
Yeah. Oh no. The prompt here was extreme macro shot of a human eye from the center of the pupil. A tiny octopus-like creature slowly emerges, its smooth tentacles curling outward with gentle, playful motion. The creature has a soft, friendly face with big, expressive eyes, and once fully out, it lifts one tentacle to wave directly at the camera. The eye remains still as lashes glisten with moisture under the light. The scene balances surreal wonder with a whimsical tone. And of course, ChatGPT wrote this prompt for me, but I think it just goes to show exactly how good at the prompt adherence 2.5 is, and that you can actually get extremely detailed with the prompts. Because then I also ran these two tests just now while we were kind of waiting, and this is pretty phenomenal.
Damn. Wow. That's crazy.
And then I had one more variation where this is very Ghost in the Shell like.
Mm.
Ooh, that looks sick.
Very cool.
Super cool. And then I've
It's
seen
it's like definitely it says like a 50% improvement on like just the details and the physics and the sort of smoothness. Also, I quite like showing this one here. This is by Pierrick Chevalier. One thing I find somewhat like annoying about many AI video models is their tendency to like only do slow-mo. It's like very hard to get out of slow-mo mode, and you always have this kind of like and with this one, like it very clearly is capable of these types of action shots that are just much more realistic, fast-paced. So it opens up quite a lot of cool stuff that you can do with this. Because I feel like no one wants to watch this like constant slow-mo cinematic thing as a film. Like I feel people are getting tired of that. That's a whole different level. So very cool that you can do this now.
I've watched this clip over and over, and I'm trying to like look at I'm trying to look at it with an eye to scrutinize it, right, and pick apart where the weakness is. But a lot of the kind of like motion distortion that was very present in 2.1, even though 2.1 Pro gave us really good motion, the motion would often still kind of get this weird like AI motion blur effect on the movement that made it very not aesthetic feeling. Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm not really getting any of that here. And I even like how the rainbow came on to like simulate the reflection out of the water, because that's like some real life stuff.
Yeah, it's insane. Do you have a sense for like inference time on 2.5 versus 2.1? Is it much slower or like about the same?
I'd say it's actually the same. At least on the Kling website, the times are the same, if not faster than 2.1.
Interesting. This makes me want to sort of plug it into my frame chaining agent. You know, like the one that will like grab the last frame automatically, and then it'll analyze that frame. It'll come up with a sort of continuation of that shot. And that lets you do these kind of like very long 5-10 minutes, in theory, like infinite videos of like just a camera. Like it's the same, like what's the technical term for this? One take. You guys are videographers. How do you call it when you do it?
Yes,
when you do
the single shot. The single shot.
Yeah. I think this is like this model is perfect for doing that.
Here's an example from Justine.
Wow.
From Justine Moore. So that this is crazy, man. This is crazy.
What? This is
Yeah.
madness.
Well, then you can take this and do the sort of like whole animal Olympics with one Animate.
Oh my.
Use that as a driving video.
Yeah, I was looking on my TikTok, and I saw that it was now just nearly 3 months ago, 2.5 months ago, that I was doing a lip sync animation video, and it required me to set up a whole GPU on the third party platform, and it was 25 minutes per 1 second of footage, and the results weren't that good or lifelike when they came out afterwards, and now here we are 2 months later. And we got like all of these these animation models, like the ones, the Kling ones. It's crazy.
And here's an example from Bennett Weisbrun, who Bennett's a good friend, and this is just like not only hilarious, but like the physics are all there, right? Like the octopuses playing volleyball on the beach. That's such a cool, just like
Yeah, it's insane. It's like, I mean, also how the, like if you zoom in and show how the sand is moving,
yep.
like
Again,
what?
yeah. It has never been a better time to be a creator. Like, this is insane.
And Swami asked if the resolution is higher on 2.5 compared to 2.1. They both output at 1080p, but I would argue that the internal resolution of the actual video you're getting from 2.5 is not even comparable to 2.1.
Yeah. Really cool.
I do want to see you plug that into your agent and do some
Yes.
crazy stuff though.
Yes, I'll do that for sure. I won't be sleeping.
Oh, and here's a good example. Someone ran that. It says WAN 2.5 versus Kling 2.5. So this is WAN, I'm assuming, and this is Kling.
Yeah.
Still a little bit of the clipping of the bar, and she's definitely doing some extra gymnastics for torso.
There's a little bit of clipping. Like this is a glitch in the matrix for sure.
World's best gymnast.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, this is cool. Do they say if this was they just used the Brandenburg Gate as a first frame, I suppose. So the entire rest of it is straight from the model. There's no because it doesn't, one thing it doesn't do yet, it doesn't support the first frame, last frame thing that 2.1 does.
Not
right?
yet.
Not yet.
When it finally does, it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
That's
But
crazy.
I mean, this is so incredible because the first frame, last frame thing, like obviously it has its uses, very specific use cases, but for many other models, it's kind of cool to do that when the model itself is not very good at coming up with like these, like the sort of rest of the video almost, right? But with this one, it's very clearly extremely good at that stuff. So you might not need it for many of those things.
And not only that, this thing that the model is creating itself is extremely detailed. Like it's not just like this smooth skin kind of like shape.
If you zoom in, Jbook, and then go back a bit in the video, I think the most impressive thing to me is how like that physical reaction of the blurred dude in the foreground.
Oh yeah.
Like if you watch closely how this guy is like
Wow.
this kind of stuff
Wow, that looks so good.
is insane.
Yeah.
He's
That's
like, he's literally acting.
That's insane.
I don't think I've seen something like that from a video model, because usually they do like somewhat, you know, GPT-1 like motions, if you know what I mean. It's kind of like, "Brr," but this feels like real acting. It's insane.
The other impressive part about this, now that you bring up this guy, is like if you look at this dude right here with the white collar, as the video goes on and he gets out of the frame, when he comes back into the frame, the context is still the same because he has the same white collar and jacket, and he's not even like the main subject of the video.
Yeah. Super interesting. What a time to be alive.
What
Wow.
a time to be alive. And I feel like we're going to be seeing even more videos like this popping up. Yeah, these are all really good. Shout out to Max SCU. That was a good
Meanwhile,
thread.
in an interesting twist, Runway ML has started. They published a paper, I think, earlier today about language models. So they should really be their moment. But they've got this interest in language models now, so they're just hopping over to the other side.
Oh,
Interesting.
that looked painful.
That's an interesting one because this is sort of going into a territory where stuff like VO3 will usually not comply because it's violent. So very clearly the sort of censorship, some of which obviously is very mandated, but Kling doesn't seem to have that much censorship in it, at least less than what Google would do.
So I did notice in a bunch of my testing last night, as I was running older prompts against the new model with the same image, that certain things that did not get censored for me before were getting censored, and I couldn't quite figure out what the trigger was. But I do think that every time Kling releases a new model that's better, they tighten up the censors a little bit, because with the better model comes more concerns.
For sure.
Right?
I mean, especially with this one, I would say it's kind of like the first time where, especially if you think about what you can do with input images, right? Where like we've seen some of these explosions, they look pretty real. So yeah, it's an interesting one to ponder.
Yeah, these are all insane. Like I did a bunch of my own tests. I didn't really have a chance to like browse Kling 2.5 Twitter until right now. And this is just giving me like so many more ideas because of seeing what it's actually capable of.
Yes. Yes.
These look real.
Yeah, these look real. I feel these ones are kind of like more aligned with what we've seen from other models before, where you have these kind of like, you know, these athletic, somewhat slow-mo style shots. But I've definitely seen stuff from this model now where I'm like, we weren't able to do that before. Yeah, that stuff here I've not seen. Like this kind of very fast-paced movement without the kind of constant slow-mo. That's really cool. Holy shit.
Ooh, this is interesting.
Wow.
Like minimal distortion on it too.
Also the this technique of shaky camera that kind of became all vogue, I think, in like, you know, streaming movies over the last 20 years or something, is also something that a lot of the other models struggle with. Is that they always do like these perfect shots. So that's really great to see that they can do that now. I love a good shaky camera.
That's insane.
Imagine doing this with like the first frame, last frame agent technique, Fabian. Like this is
Yes.
The video agents,
So
I'm pretty
this
bullish
is-
on.
This is exactly what I'm going to do next. I'm going to upgrade the whole thing. I'm going to upgrade that agent to only be using Kling 2.5. And is I used to do these with VO, and the problem with VO is that you know how like when it grabs the last frame, or generally when you use image to video with VO3, it'll do these like slight distortions and everything looks blown out, and that just sort of like compounds over the course of a video like that, and in the end everything just kind of looks crap. And I know that this does not happen, at least it didn't happen with the previous Kling versions. So I'm very excited to be doing it with this. And I'm going to plug in 11 Labs sound effects, which is also pretty good. We should cover that next time.
We should even try and bring in someone from 11 Labs. I think they'd be totally down to hop in.
It does, yeah, we should. It does really good sound effects.
Let me hit up
I
Thor.
haven't quite figured out how to do the sound effects in a way where they, you get continuation in video by using last frame as a first frame. You don't have that yet with audio. So we should tell 11 Labs they need to sort of figure out a way to do that.
Swami mentioned the naming is interesting because Kling 2.5 Turbo implies like they're hiding a better model, which, Swami, if we've learned anything from their previous releases, I guarantee you they have a master model that they will release that is going to be a triple or quadruple the price of this.
Yep.
And I think in this case, people will want to, at the very least, experiment with it after seeing like how good the turbo model is, unless they do this thing where what they released first out of the gate is actually the master model, and they're doing this to get everyone in the door, and then in a couple of weeks there's like this shift where suddenly this model gets a little bit it was a little ago, and then they come out with a master model. Or no, and then they come out with the actual turbo model. So good things to think about. I'm not saying anyone has done that or whatever. Maybe Sora, but just something to keep in mind. I bet that we will have 2 of these Kling 2.5 models at some point.
For sure.
Yeah.
Swami says you should also try Suno 5. It's amazing. Yeah. I haven't tried it yet. Has anyone tried it yet? Yeah, I'm sure it's great. It's like the thing with Suno is it doesn't have an API. And so I've been sort of mostly using 11 Labs music now, which is also really good because I can just integrate that with my workflows and my agents. And with Suno, I have to sort of like go to a separate app, download it from there, and then sort of like get it into my workflows or use it in like video editing software. But yeah, we should do a comparison. Maybe we should do like next stream, next Wednesday, we should do one focused on music videos.
Yes.
Because I think that's like it's a really interesting sort of genre now, because you've got the lip sync, you've got the sort of incredible video models, and you have the incredible music models. And so in theory, especially with 11 Labs, you can do it all in one workflow and generate like a full music video for your tracks. So we should maybe do a special episode focusing on music videos.
I think we should do that. I think we should definitely do that. This is great. Like these are physics that were impossible before. And yeah, man. It's such a cool time to be like,
That's crazy.
in the mix of all this.
Yeah, incredible.
If you're making something cool, by the way, and you want us to show it on the live stream, tag at Hey Glif in your comments or anywhere in the video, and we'll make sure to cover it in the next time we do a live stream.
Yeah, we should do a sort of like a portion of the stream just looking at cool stuff from the chat.
Definitely. All right. Well, Fabian, did you have anything else you wanted to show? Did you have something else you wanted to show off today?
I have like a sort of very tiny last thing, and it's sort of like vastly less impressive than everything we've looked at today. But it's kind of like a tiny hack I found today that I wanted to show off, which is Dream editing, right? Is and we did that last week. Like if you haven't seen the stream from last week, you can go check it out on our YouTube, and I think it's also on our X, where we covered like all the sort of the differences between. It wasn't last week; it was the last stream, like 2 weeks ago. Nana Banana editing versus Dream, and I think we all concluded that Dream does a much better job. But one of the downsides of Dream, or an upside, depends on how you look at it, is that it'll only do you'll have to prompt the aspect ratio. You have to input the aspect ratio you want into the model. And so I quite like being able, when I edit an image, I quite like being able to not having to do that, especially when I use the Glif browser extension. And so what I did is I made this, let's just take Sigourney Weaver here. I made a sort of preset in the browser extension called Edit Image with Dream Keep Aspect Ratio that does that automatically for you. So it's a tiny thing, but quite a sort of quality of life improvement for me, because I can now go and say, change her outfit to be a, let's do a red plastic exoskeleton. Same style, same vibe. And if I do that, like the way you had to do that previously with Dream is you would have to sort of like look at this like image, figure out, okay, this is broadly 2:3 aspect ratio, and then you have to input the kind of specific pixels that Dream accepts, because it has all these weird rules around it has to be multiples of 8. And boom, here we see that it like works really nicely. And I mean, this is insane, because if you look at this image here, it's blurry, right? Like it's a sort of analog photograph, texture, old photograph. And by telling it same style, same vibe, I get exactly this. And it looks super real. It's insane. And at the same time, yes, it sort of kept that aspect ratio. And so I can show you the hack real quick. The way this works is that it takes the image input, your prompt, and then it's using like a little helper function I quickly made that determines the image size and pixels, sends that to Gemini Flash, which is a very cheap language model. There's a fraction of cents that are sort of being spent here to do this. And I tell it all those rules around the aspect ratios that Dream requires. And I also tell it to go as closely as it can to 4096 4K resolution, so you get a sort of free upscale. And that then I send into the model. And this way, now in the browser extension, I have perfect sort of image editing capabilities without the pain of having to do the whole dance of figuring out how many pixels I want. And obviously, you can still sort of, use the standard Dream, where you give it like a aspect ratio if you like to see that in 16:9 or whatever. For me personally, I always want the same aspect ratio that I had in the original image. And now that just works. Cosmic Crafter asks, did it also edit the shadow to match the new image? I'm checking now. I would say no. But I wouldn't have noticed. I would have not noticed.
All right. Well, before we wrap here, I do believe Eric has some tests that we can take a look at. So, Eric, if you want to share your screen.
Okay.
There's no watermark on the Glif plugin, by the way. That watermark was on the original image. Swami. Sorry.
All right. Let me see.
I want to see the hair physics.
Okay. Share. Okay. Can you guys see this or no?
Yes.
All right. So here is my first test. I think it's this one. So the hair is not really moving around. Like, I mean, it's moving, but it's not like. I guess we were trying to see if the hair would be flopping like the woman's hair, but I think it's just the way it looks. It looks like it should be stiff. You know?
It's got a lot of gel in it. Yeah.
I think that's a textural thing.
Yeah, so it's not gonna flop around. It's not gonna move around like the woman's hair. This one, I tried a different prompt to try to make it look a little bit less stiff, and it kind of made it a little bit more floppy. If you can see, it's very subtle, but you can see like a little bit of floppiness on the hair right here. It just flops a little bit. Yeah, and then there is this one, but this one again, it doesn't really do much. Um, but yeah.
To be fair, that kind of hair.
Yeah. These are all
Right.
hairstyles that like are meant to stay in place.
Yeah. Like, I mean,
The thing
like
is, we want-
that has like 3 tons of spray in it to stay like that.
the thing, but the test was if hair that's kind of sticking out. But I guess technically, if something's sticking outward, it's something's holding it up so that it doesn't move around. So it's kind of a hard test to be. Yeah, something.
So I'm not going to do that now, but I'm going to test like something like, take a sort of thing like an apple and throw that up and down. And then I'm going to sort of try and sort of like turn that into some sort of weird alien jelly and then see, because jelly would suggest like a certain type of physical behavior. And that'll
Right.
be a good test for that.
Yeah. Yeah. I think would have what would have been an interesting test if I had like floppy bunny ears like kind of on the side.
Yeah.
See if it would like move around like crazy like that. That would have been a
Like
great
a
test.
furry costume.
Yeah. It's just like floppy. Oh, that would actually be a good one to post too. See,
You're gonna unleash another furry jihad on us, unfortunately. Be careful with the furries.
Oh man. Furries against Glif. I love it. All right. Well, on that note, I think we are going to wrap up this week's stream here. This stream is going to kick us back off on our regular Wednesday schedule, same time, same place, 1 p.m. Pacific, or whatever that time zone is for you. Yeah, guys, if you have anything that you create with anything on Glif or just anything, period, tag us on X if you want us to see it and take a look at it on stream. It might also be worth sharing it inside of our Glif Discord if you folks are in there, and let us know that you have something cool that you think we would be fun to talk about on stream. We'd love to feature you guys and see what cool stuff you guys are making both on and off of Glif. So with that being said, I'm sure by next week, all these fun things that we talked about today will be in some sort of agentic workflow that we will be able to play with, and we'll probably be doing some cool music video stuff next week, a la Fabian's idea. So guys, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're not already following us, follow us on Hey Glif. In case you guys did not see, last week we began posting our Glif tutorial series over on YouTube that Enigmatic E over here is doing a phenomenal job on. So if you guys need any help with the platform, you're not familiar with the platform, or you just want to get a little bit more knowledge to be able to bring your ideas to life, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we have a lot more content coming down the YouTube pipeline, as that is one of our main focuses right now. My name is JBugs Creative. This is Fabian, Enigmatic E, Angry Penguin. Thank you, William. And we are the a small part of the Hey Glif team, but we'll see you guys back here, same time, same place next Wednesday. Guys, did I miss anything? Did I cover it all?
You're gonna
I mean,
want to
right.
follow us everywhere on Hey Glif because we're gonna be making some really awesome stuff that you don't want to miss.
We're going hard. We're going hard. You guys do not want to miss the ride, not only on our socials, but also on the platform, because in the next 3 to 4 weeks, we got some really great stuff coming for you guys. So stay tuned. We'll catch you guys next week, same time, same place. Go make something cool. Follow us at Hey Glif. Appreciate it, everyone. Take care.